Good morning, seventh grade. This is Mrs. Beery. I'm going to go over some homework problems with you. I know Mrs. Korea already did some of these with you and helped guide you through some, but this is some additional help that might fill in some pieces for you. This is week 32 homework. Make sure you're on week 32 if you're following along. Monday number one's calculator. Monday number two, I'm not going to show you how to do it, but I will give you a hint. In order to add or subtract fractions, your denominator or the number on the bottom has to be the same because your first fraction is a 6 on the bottom and because your second fraction is an 8 on the bottom, you cannot add them the way they are right now. So you need to convert them to equivalent fractions, and you need to find a number that both 6 and 8 go into evenly. And then whatever you multiply this number by, to get to that, you multiply your numerator by that same number, and then you do the same here. You multiply that numerator by the same to get the number up there. So I usually go with 8 and go through 8, 16, 24, 32, and keep going up until you find a number that 6 can also go into evenly, and you will convert. You have to find the equivalent fractions before you can add them together. Let us know if you get stuck on that one. Number 3 on Monday, the numbers 48 and 63 have two common factors. What are they? And I'm not going to give you the answer, but I will tell you factors are the numbers you can use to multiply to equal these numbers. So two numbers, you can list 48 here and 63 here. You could do that and then write down the numbers you can use to multiply together to equal 48, and then list the numbers you can multiply together to equal 63 on this side. And then you can see in your list which two they have in common. So two common factors. So you would list the numbers and figure out which ones they have the same of. Monday number 4, 3/8 of 16. So the easiest way for me to do this is first to convert 3/8 into a fraction. 3/8 to convert it into a decimal. I apologize, I said that wrong. So to convert 3/8 into a decimal, you do 3 divided by 8. 3 divided by 8 equals. So it then becomes 0 and 0.375, and then you can times 16. So then that becomes a calculator problem. Anytime you see a fraction of another number, convert that into a decimal, and then that's how you would solve that problem. Let's see. Another couple I thought you guys might want some clues on. Tuesday, number 1, pay attention to that negative sign when you add those. Number 2, again, you're adding fractions. So you have to I'll tell you, you'll only have to convert one of them into an equivalent fraction to be able to add them. Because your 8 and 4 are not the same, you need to make your denominators the same with an equivalent fraction. Let us know if you get stuck on that one. Number 3, write a number that comes next in this pattern. I know sometimes a lot of you shut down quickly when you see a pattern, but don't worry. This one's actually kind of an easier one. Notice this pattern. Every other number, look at what these numbers are. 31, 32, 33. So what would go here? And then what would go here? Follow that pattern. The other numbers are 5, 10, 15. So what would go there? That should give you a clue on how to answer Tuesday number 3. Okay, flip it over. Calculator problem, calculator problem. Okay, number 3, list the factors of 32. Again, factors are the numbers you can multiply together to make 32. So it wants you to list all of the factors of 32. Reduce this fraction to the lowest term. You can Google that one. Use the resources you have right now. Thursday number 1, remember your base number is the number you're going to write. So I'm going to write 100. And 2, the exponent, is how many times I'm going to write it. Now, if it was a 4, I would write 100 4 times. And then how to solve this is you put a times in between each number that you wrote down. And that's how you solve that one. That will give you your answer. You can use a calculator for that. Number 3 on Thursday, 60% of 54. Again, the easiest way to calculate percent is to convert this percent into a decimal. In order to do that, you are going to do 60 divided by 100, and that will give you a decimal. Now, if you need to use your calculator, you can. If you know it by heart, that's okay too. And then times 54. Once you get this converted into a decimal, you then can times it by that number, and that'll give you the answer. And number 4, what is the area of this triangle? Now, area equals your base times your height. And don't forget, when it is a triangle, you also then have to divide it by 2. So your base would be your 8, your height is your 17. So you're going to multiply those together, divide it by 2, and that will give you the area of your triangle. Anyway, I hope these clues help you with your homework. This is week 32, and we hope you are home and healthy and safe. Have a great day.